message for just a moment from the Council for Mother's Angst Day.
These are the good times for Evelyn and me. Spring break is over, and we're happy to hear that our oldest son made a lot of new friends during the 3 nights he got to spend in the South Padre Island jail. And then he agreed to turn state's witness against 2 of the men in jail for armed robbery. And in return, the state's put him under the witness protection plan. So we're pretty happy now that somebody else will be able to take care of him for a good long time. Our neighbor's Irish wolfhound died recently, so the flowers in our yard finally have a good chance of surviving. And the sun's been shining and gentle breezes blowing through our open windows. You'd have thought Evelyn would be happy. But yet, just yesterday, I found her mulling over a couple of dusty songbooks and shaking her head back and forth. Evelyn, what's the matter?
I always thought the song was about insects, Bob.
What song, Evelyn?
You know, the one with the ants are my friend. The ants are my friend. I thought the song was about insects blowing in the wind.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. Now I'm even more disappointed to find out it's the answer blowing in the wind. Oh, it's so depressing. The answer's here one moment and then suddenly it's gone. Remind me of the Beatles song, you know. All we are is dust in the wind.
It's Kansas, Evelyn.
I don't think the song's about Kansas.
Evelyn, the song Dust in the Wind is by the band Kansas, not the Beatles.
Why would anybody name a song after a state?
Come on now, Evelyn. What's really bothering you?
Bob, you know, I visited my therapist last week to help me deal with my acute existential ennui because Bobby can't leave the witness protection program to visit me for Mother's Day. My therapist recommended I spend some time reading from my favorite books. So I shared with him some of my favorite quotes from Nietzsche and Sartre. You know, everything that exists is born for no reason, carries on living through weakness, and dies by accident. I told him that didn't really help.
Hey, Evelyn, you know, a lot of philosophers were generally pretty depressed people. Sometimes we can spend too much time in our heads and not enough time outside of ourselves just enjoying life, sharing life with others, touching life. What was it William Blake said? To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, to hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour.
Well, Nietzsche said, existence is an imperfect tense that never becomes present.
I think you're taking life way too seriously, Evelyn. You just have to learn to laugh at the irony all around us. It's like this joke I heard the other day. 2 cows are standing in a pasture. One cow turns to the other cow and says, although the number pi is usually abbreviated to just 5 numbers, it actually extends on infinitely. The other cow looks at him, responds, moo.
I don't get it.
Tell you what, Evelyn, let's take off our shoes and go outside to look for a little bit of eternity.
These are the good times, times to feel the spring. Love and life are bursting forth like a Mother's Day offering. Life keeps on flowing like hope on Fred Nietzsche. For Mother's Day. And for the Council on Mother's Angst Day.